Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, going to give all glory and praises to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushua Ba'Hashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, salutations to the men that's out here pushing this truth. Shalom to the elect. Just finna get into this quick video. Alright, on, ICE. Right now that's a big thing here in America. Alright, because what? That's the so-called white man, according, to the scriptures, it's part of the so-called white man come down with that great wrath, And yeah, it's not, happening to everybody right now. It ain't. But soon to come, shit like this is really going to be happening to everybody. But, this is, just going to, the prayer of Jeremiah. All right. Ooh, matter of fact, I'm tripping too. Salakia. This is video I wanted to show concerning this right here. And then I'm going to get into that article too. All right. So you're going to see. Look at her, wailing over her son right here. So you seen that woman right there, she was, wailing, because her son was getting took, by these ICE agents, all right? And, this happened, I believe, maybe, damn near a month ago, maybe, 3 weeks ago, But best believe, this is going to be happening all over, America, all right? A lot of families. All right, because look, here, let's get into it real quick. Jeremiah 18 and verse, I start at 18. Then said they, come and let us devise devices against Jeremiah, for the law shall not perish from the priest, nor counsel from the wise, nor the word from the prophet. Come and let us smite him with the tongue, and let us not give heed to any of his words. All right, and this is what our people do against the prophets. All right, they smite us with the tongue. All right, what you see on the internet, they call us grapists. All right, they call us all types of names. All right, things that's not true. All right. So they all come together, and, it's like how can I say, they might not know each other, but, they're on the same agenda. They're in the same spirit, making TikTok videos, YouTube videos, all right, about the men of GMS, all because of what? We tell them the truth. All right, as the scriptures say, what? As Yahushua said, am I become your enemy because I tell you the truth? And that's for the majority of our people, yes, we become, enemies to our people because what? We tell them the truth, all right? Rather than, giving them something soothing to hear, Verse 19. Give heed to me, O Lord, and hearken to the voice of them that contend with me. All right. So this is the prayer of Jeremiah right here. All right. Shall evil be recompensed for good? For they have digged a pit for my soul. Remember that I stood before thee to speak good for them and to turn away thy wrath from them. All right. So see, we came out here we came to Yahweh Shemi Shai gave us a spirit to what? To go out there and preach to, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans for their good, so they can be, delivered, But what niggas wanted, they took the love, they took the love that we are showing and threw it away. And, talk shit, all right? Did certain things, But it's all good, that's on them, I'm gonna get this Ezekiel 3 and verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman to the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. So see, Yahweh Shemi Shai, he's warning, all right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, to get right with him through the prophets, But what? Niggas don't want to hearken, so it's okay, As the scriptures say, what? He that despises you despises me. And he that despises you, or he that despises me, despiseth him that sent me. So see, you're not despising just us. You despising Yahweh Shai, and you despising Yahweh. All right? When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand. So see, we're doing a job, all right? This is our job. Hey, the Lord, as the scriptures say, what? The Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings, So the Lord gave us a spirit, all right, to what? To warn you, all right, to preach the good news, and preach of what's to come, all right, before, the kingdom of heaven, all right, and before the kingdom of heaven, what? There's going to come, all types of crazy shit our minds can't even fathom how bad it's about to really get, The scriptures say a time like never before, all right? That's the days that we're coming into, all right? This this ice shit, it ain't really nothing yet, Just wait till them sleeper cells is awakened, It says, yet if thou warn the wicked and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. So see, hey, you could talk shit, you don't want to listen, hey, that's all good. Hey, guess what? You're gonna die. All right, and guess what? We're gonna be delivered because we did, the Lord's job, what he commanded us to do. All right. So yeah, back to Jeremiah 18 and verse excuse me. And if you read the book of Jeremiah, Jeremiah, he was going through it with the niggas, he was telling Jake to, basically hold back, basically come under subjection, under the Babylonians. But, Jake wanted to do their own thing. Jake wanted to come against the Babylonians, when it's, because Yahweh Shemi Shai, he wanted to have the Babylonians, what's the word? In rulership, at that time, But Jake was like, nah, we gonna come against them. And guess what? Jake got fucked up, So again, verse 21, therefore deliver up their children to the famine and pour out their blood by the force of the sword. and let the wives be bereaved of their children. And you seen that woman, she was crying, because of what? Her son being taken. All right. Her son was being taken by, some ICE agents. All right. And soon to come, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna get way worse. All right. They just not gonna be just taken. They gonna be destroyed in front of their faces. It says, and be widows, and let their men be put to death. Let their young men be slain by the sword in battle. Let a cry be heard from their houses when thou shalt bring a troop suddenly upon them, for they have digged a pit to take me, and hid snares for my feet. All right. Yet, Lord, thou knowest all their counsel against me to slay me. Forgive not their iniquity, neither blot out their sins from thy sight, but let them be overthrown before thee. Deal thus with them in the time of thy anger. So see, we're in the time of Yahweh Shem Shah's anger right now. All right. Because look, as the scriptures say, what, let me get it real quick. Second Ezra 15 and verse 8. I will hold, outside of 6. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. All right. Yeah, see, hey, niggas like to commit wickedness. All right, they don't want to hear the prophets of Yahweh Shem Shah. All right, it's okay, that's on you. All right. You see it, it's wickedness all over the earth. All right, adultery is promoted. Murdering, being a murderer is promoted. All right, and people, extol these things. They highly praise it. Therefore, said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. So see, Yahweh Shem Shah, he's tired, he's tired of, the wickedness that's going on, to the point where what? He's gonna unleash his wrath. All right. He's gonna unleash his wrath upon, wicked niggas. All right. So you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all about to feel it. All right. And of course, Yahweh Shem Shah sent forth his prophets, explaining that he is mad, all right, before he, put actions, physical actions, expressing that he was mad, So he sent forth his prophets, to speak, all right, before he made physical actions concerning, touching your body, all right, harming you, It says, behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually, all right? So yeah, that was it on that. So back in Jeremiah 18:22 again, let a cry be heard from their houses when thou shalt bring a troop suddenly upon them. And you think that woman, she was expecting the troop, them troops to raid her house like that? No. All right, as the day of the Lord is going to catch, these days that we're coming into, it's about to catch people off guard. All right, that's why the scripture say what? Make no turn unto the Lord. All right, because Yahweh Shem Shah is going to keep his servants, safe from all of this shit, He's going to keep us safe from all of this. All right, and even if we do have to go through some shit like this, you know what? Yahweh Shem Shah is going to keep us stable in our mind. He's going to let us know that, hey, this is, this is what you got to go through. You just keep on fighting, you know? But for you niggas that, they could care less for the truth, hey, you're not going to know what's going on. Your mind is going to be bugging out. As the scriptures say, what? Give me any plague but the plague of the mind. All right, the mind. All right, your mind is going to be, basically coming against you, in these times to come, as the scriptures say, what? Man's hearts failing them. Shit, let me just get that real quick. Luke 21 and verse 26. Men's heart failing them for the fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. So see, what's about to come upon this earth? Hey, a lot of niggas about to be out here bugging out in their mind. Hearts goes into the Hebrew word lab, all right, going into your mind, all right? So your mind, hey, a lot of niggas' mind is about to be just totally against them in these times, all right? And that's a terrible place to be, your mind is coming against you, not really, your mind is supposed to like suppress or comfort you when things happen, But if your mind is like, your mind is just, not knowing what's going on, it can't really comfort you. Therefore, it's gonna give you all types of bad, anxiety, I can say. But what's a better word? Basically just, just going out the mind, You can't really sum up something, your mind can't really sum up something, so it's basically just, man, I can't think of the right word, but you know what I mean, So hey, matter of fact, I'm about to get into this article. So I'll start right here. It says the Trump administration moved to give deportation officials access to Medicaid data is putting hospitals and states in a bind, and they weigh whether to alert immigrant patients that their personal information, including home addresses, could be used in efforts to remove them from the country. Warning patients could deter them from signing up for a program called Emergency Medicaid, through which the government reimburses hospitals for the cost of emergency treatment for immigrants who are ineligible for standard Medicaid coverage. All right. So see, Esau got these niggas in the trick bag, niggas that, we got Medicaid here in America. Hey, Esau just got you niggas just in the trick bag, making it seem like he cared for you. But what? Hey, he's using the shit against you. Scriptures say what? Damn.
Frightening video of
I gotta find that now. Okay, it's right here. Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 7. For the Egyptians shall help in vain and to no purpose. Therefore have I cried concerning this. Their strength is to sit still. All right, but point being, Egyptians shall help in vain. All right, their help is in vain. vein goes into empty. All right, so it's to no purpose. All right, they're making it seem like they are trying to help you, but it's for their own agenda. And that's why we tell you people what you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to what to not trust in this man. All right, don't believe this nigga. All right, don't believe a nigga like Donald Trump. The presidents. All right. Because what they're not here for your betterment. They're here for your destruction. All right. So again, let me see. I want to hit a point here. It says, for more than a decade, hospitals and states have assured patients that their personal information, including their home addresses and immigration status, would not be shared with the immigration enforcement officials when they apply for federal health care coverage. A 2013 ICE policy memo guaranteed the agency would not use information from health coverage applications for enforcement activities. So see, but here it says, but that changed last year after President Donald Trump returned to the White House and ordered one of the most aggressive immigration crackdowns in recent history. His administration began funneling data from a variety of government agencies to the Department of Homeland Security, including tax information filed with the IRS, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, part of the Department of Health and Human Services, agreed last spring to give ICE officials direct access to a Medicaid database that includes enrollees, address, and citizenship status. All right. And I had looked up, what is Medicaid? It says Medicaid is a joint federal state program providing free or low-cost health coverage to over 80 million low-income individuals' families. All right, and we know who that mainly consists of. All right, first off, it includes you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, so what? Now these niggas got your address. All right, they know if you're actually, legal or not. All right. It says families, children, pregnant woman, the elderly, and people with disabilities. All right. So see, Yahweh Shem Shah got, the Lord is getting a lot of you niggas, and you think you all good, concerning this, problem or concerning, ICE. Now the Lord got you. The Lord got these niggas. All right. It says it covers essential services often not included in Medicare, such as long-term nursing home care. Well, that was mainly the point. All right. The low income individuals. All right. Which that consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. Because what? We're under the curses. All right. We are under the curses according to Deuteronomy 28. That's why the scriptures say what? I'm going to get this. Sirach 12 and verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. So see? So the enemy, which is Esau, Edom, so-called white man, as it says in Psalms 83, our enemies, you could read that, they speak sweetly, all right? You could have low income, but you can still, you can still, come and, have Medicare, all right, or Medicaid, all right. You could have visit the hospital. You can have hospital stays, things of that nature, all right. But what he made it to where now, hey, these ICE agents, can, have access to that. They can have access to where, oh, this nigga stay there, he stay there, oh, this nigga, So a lot of niggas is in that pit, all right, and mainly the people that's in that pit is the ones that come against Yahweh Shem Yahushua, So shit, hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushua got a lot of niggas in the trick bag, all right. So, that was pretty much it, I just wanted to get into that, quick lesson, quick video. I seen that earlier. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Going to give all glory and the praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Peace, citations to the men that's already pushing this truth. Shalom to the elect, shalom.